The Comicstorian is a very positive influence on comic book. Who's out there creating stuff without any drama, without any swirl, without any crazy hijinks, just talking about comic books. Just getting out there and being like, hey, let me tell you a story. Let's talk about DC's Deceased. Let me tell you the story of Marvel Civil War. How would you like to hear all about Batman's adventures? Oh, you want to hear about Batman Beyond? Whatever it was, the Comicstorian would talk about it. Would get in there and show you what was happening in the books. Talk about what was happening in the books. Kind of dramatizing what's happening in the books. For the industry, the community, for comic bookdom, however you want to phrase it, is very positive. It got people into comic books, which I don't know if you've looked around, but comic book sales keep going down. Voices like this, people creating stuff because they like the stuff, people out there trying to share what they love. It's a rare thing. It is a very rare thing, and the Comicstorian was doing that kind of stuff. The Comicstorian was sharing, hey, here's this interesting thing. Hey, let's talk about comic books. The Comicstorian got people into comic books. I saw this on Twitter as I was scrolling through, and I was like, that's it. Like, this is exactly what I'm trying to get to. Ben's videos were the main reason why I got into reading comics. That's introducing somebody to comic book hobby, and it's not a thriving hobby. I mean, there are people making comic books, there are people buying comic books, and there are people reading comic books. But the industry is not running like gangbusters. This ain't the early '90s anymore, where even a bad book sold 100,000 copies. So getting new people in to check out comic books, it's a big accomplishment. And it takes somebody who has drive, somebody who has a love for the material to help people get into it. And he didn't just support like big comic books. It wasn't just like, yeah, I'm just going to talk about Marvel and DC all the time. He would check other stuff out from time to time. I found this tweet from the creator of Rags talking about the Comicstorian doing a video about Rags. It's rare enough to have people talk about comic books. It's even rare to have people talk about independent comic books. And he would do that sometimes. The Comicstorian will be missed. There's nobody else doing stuff he did quite the way he did it. All right. I just had to say a few words about him. You all take care of yourselves, and tell the people you love that you love them. Bye bye.